Today we're going to get started in the beautiful neighborhood of Marine Park, Brooklyn. As you can see, spring is in the air, and I'm not sure if those are crocus or what, but they're certainly beautiful. I found them popping up out of the ground here and there, so I thought you might enjoy them. We're going to be talking about the trends going on in Marine Park, values of homes currently, what's on the market, what's been selling, etc. So let's get started. I'm Annette Fisher. If you're not familiar with me, I am the broker here at BRESRE Realty, and I'd love to be your go-to person for all things that you might need real estate related in Marine Park, Brooklyn. So as you could see from this particular slide, that at the top is the Carmine Caro Community Center, and it is located just off of Fillmore Avenue. And during the day, it is a senior center on the inside. This is a somewhat sustainable building, so they have a garden roof, and I believe there's some solar panels up there as well. And as far as the numbers are concerned, right now the inventory for Marine Park, Brooklyn is at 7.73 months. This is up about 30%, which means it's taking longer to get homes sold. And if you look at the list to sold price, it's 98.2%. So people are putting their house on the market perhaps for a little bit above what it might actually be valued at. And then medium days in RPR. Well, RPR is the service that provides this data. So I would say that that's not really such an important number to you, because this data is only for MLS properties, multiple listing service. And so if the property is not on multiple listing, then this number, could be skewed if they just put it on to multiple listings. So again, not a number that you need to really pay attention to. When you're looking at the median sold price, I wouldn't say that this is necessarily the price of houses. Mixed into this number, if you look, there is a single family homes, condos, townhouses, apartments. So that means that there's quite a mix here. So we're not comparing just houses or just condos or just co-ops. So keep that in mind when we're looking at the numbers. And our next slide says March 2024, the median estimated property value. So these numbers, you see it jumped up to 802,000. Well, estimated property values usually come from properties that were actually sold. And so this number is fairly accurate. However, again, you still can't tell if it's for a single family condo, townhouse, or apartment. That said, even if some condos and co-ops were bringing prices down a little bit, prices for a home in Marine Park are averaging $802,000. So that has come up quite a bit over the last several years. You could see, like, if you look back in March of 2015, everything was very low. And then Marine Park really started to get going. And then we took a little bit of a dip during the pandemic. And so you could see things have been dropping. And now they're starting to pick up again. So Marine Park, I would say overall value-wise, is definitely holding its own. And here, this is a photo up above of the pickleball courts that were recently built over in Marine Park. And basically the way it works is you just go in and you put a paddle down in the middle there. And when the court's available, your paddle's there, you get to play. There's no fee to play. You do bring your own paddle and perhaps some balls. I'm not sure if they give you balls or not. Anyway, if we look at this, there were a few new listings in Marine Park, and those new listings came on the market for $780,000. And according to this, it's saying that that number is down 21.6%. So that's the price that people list homes for. Now, again, that could be that more condos and co-ops came on the market and not as many houses, because we're really not examining property by property here. However, if you do want to know the value of your home in particular, I'm happy to put together a report for you that would give you the sold prices for houses around you and would give you the estimated value of your home. Of course, everything is always contingent when you talk about values as to what exactly is happening in the market when you do go to sell. So let's see what the next slide is. And next we have a lovely picture here of the Hendrick Lot House. This is a historic farmhouse, one of the first ones built in Brooklyn in Marine Park. You could see it's at 1940 East 36th Street. And over here, we could see that currently there are active listings, and the average price on active listings is at $780,000. So if it's active, it means it hasn't gone into any kind of contract. When we look here, we see we're over at the corner of Fillmore and East 32nd Street when I took this photo. And the new pending listings, there's only one that came on the market. And so it seems like there's not a lot of new things going into contract. Pending means it's in contract. It hasn't closed. It's not up on the market for sale, but it's in contract. So to only have one property in contract in Marine Park is very low. And you can see it says month over month, that's down 66.7%. So this tells us a lot about the market, right? So it means that, look, buyers maybe can't get mortgages for the homes as the prices have gone up. So maybe prices might start to come down a little if that's the case, if this continues to go on. Don't have a crystal ball, can't tell exactly what's going to happen. Okay, so now we look at the actual pending listings here. And so these would not necessarily be new, but it's all the pending listings. So they could be pending already for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Who knows? Maybe someone was qualified for a mortgage, their rate changed. That kind of changes things, right? So when we look at the median list price for the houses that are in contract, this is based upon list prices. And remember, this is only for the properties that are on the multiple listing service. If someone is trying to sell a property and a broker has it, and maybe it's an office exclusive, or maybe they're trying to sell it as a for sale by owner, this can skew these numbers a little bit because they're not being included here. And then we wouldn't pick those up until we got to the point of the closing. So just keep in mind that, yes, the listing price is up, but that doesn't mean that the actual sales price will be up. And then this actually is a photo of the inside of a house in Marine Park. It's a semi-attached house. And so you could kind of see a lot of the semi-families all have the same structure with the staircase in the middle there. And in this particular case, again, they're talking about 7.73 months of inventory. And so that has actually increased by 30%. So that means it's taking longer to get a home sold. So that is not good for sellers. It is perhaps good for buyers if they can possibly get qualified. And here is another photo of the inside of that same house, except you don't see all of the stuff that was inside there. So it gives you a little cleaner picture of what's going on. And these numbers are for sold properties in the public record. So it would not matter if these were properties that were sold as a result of an office exclusive. It wouldn't matter if they were for sale by owner. The bottom line is that this is supposed to reflect, according to RPR, which is Realtors Property Resource, which is a service. If you are a member of the National Association of Realtors, you get access to this information and data. And so you could see that month over month, the actual selling price of homes in Marine Park, Brooklyn is down 10.5%. So that is quite a bit. That's a $70,000 or so drop. It's a big deal. And so people need to be concerned about what's happening in the market. And this gives you that info. If you want to book an appointment with me, you can do so by just taking a scan of that QR code, or you could call me at 718-513-6002.